with Cottage Farms that maybe you've never seen before. We've picked up in the past the Cottage Farms roses. You cannot kill these roses. I'm telling you, these roses, my wife cuts them back every season, right?
Yes.
Slashes them back, right? And boom, here they come again. They're incredible. This is brand new this month.
Yes.
With free shipping and handling. These are beautiful Cottage Farm roses, but not red roses. What are they?
These are non-fading butter yellow roses. These will be beautiful in August, even in the deep south, and they do not fade. Most yellow roses fade in August, particularly in the deep south. No spraying. These were bred, listen to this story, Rick. They were bred in California, but guess what happened in 2010?
Okay, what?
It was named Rose of the Year in England.
Oh, no kidding.
And you know, the English are all about their roses.
The English
I
rose.
mean, we went right over there and stole the crown.
Is that right?
We did.
Oh, that's huge.
I thought it was huge. I had to laugh right out loud.
And why? Why was it named that?
Julia Child, actually, you know, she was fabulous. She picked this rose out herself. There are a lot of celebrity roses out there. They didn't pick them out. They just saw Rosarian called and said, we'd like to name a rose after you. They said, okay, that's just fine. She actually picked this one out because she loved the buttery color. It is the best yellow rose on the market, hands down.
Wow.
I've seen this at the rose trials for the last few years, and when we go there, there are hundreds and hundreds of roses and scores of yellow ones. And this one would always pop out, and I would go over to see what it was because it stood out. And I would never recognize what it was, and it was always Julia Child. That was the best yellow rose that I saw anywhere, and you're not going to have to worry about the black spot on this one. It never, ever stops blooming, and it's just spectacular. Very full plants and dense, but they're nice and compact and require very little pruning.
Are we down to final quantities on these, Mr. Producer Man? We began with 2,500 for the season, 800 remaining for the season. 800. And you're getting two. And now you ship to shown.
Yes.
So here's what you're going to be getting. But man,
I'll let you hold the growing guide.
Look out, man, because here they come.
We're sending you
They're
a big, full-size bare root rose. This will be a big, full bush this year. This is what it's going to do. It's going to be blooming within 60 days after you plant it. Plant it to here in a container or in the ground. This one will get about 4.5 feet tall. Nice and dense, lots and lots of flowers. Do not fertilize it until all the leaves have come out on it. Then use our bud and flower booster for roses. And you'll have all of this kind of color. And if you got this bright color going on like this, you know those beautiful yellow monarch butterflies that come in?
Okay.
Guess what they're going to come to?
What?
The thing that you planted in front of it. I'm going to go get something.
Here we go.
We're talking about sitting pretty in your garden. You got Julia Child. Say, Julia Child's come to visit.
And now you have a little thing.
You got a nice little place for her to have a seat.
With 300 plants, this is today's special value. And look at the yellows coming through.
Just absolutely gorgeous. But all of these colors work together. Butterflies will come to this like crazy, so it's a great addition. A lot of times your rose garden, so you've got your beautiful roses, you've got this mixed in with other roses too. All roses show a little bit of legginess. I love to dress the front with something that is very colorful.
Great.
Also something that is very tidy.
Beautiful. I want these.
Don't you?
I know. Like I said, we have these beautiful red roses, Cottage Farms red roses. But when you to combine these with maybe red roses that you already have, right?
It's just an electric look.
Electric, right?
But people are always looking for the very best yellow rose. It's hard to find a good yellow rose. You can find beautiful blooms, but invariably the yellow rose plant's foliage is weak and they get a lot of black spot.
So now
that is not true with
what do you
these.
mean black spot?
That is when you get the black spots on the leaves and then all the leaves start to drop off the plant. It is a fungal disease.
Oh, that I see.
These do not get that. You see how lustrous the foliage
that's
is?
worth it right there.
That's the key. I want low maintenance, and you know, roses have a notorious reputation of being difficult. Well, for the most part, they've earned it. So we're bringing you rose plants that do not have the problems. I got enough problems of my own. I don't need my plants to have them.
We began with 2,500. 500 now remaining for the season.
And that's it.
500 for the season. Brand new this month. Was named in London as Rose of the Year. American. Going over there.
American rose. Went over there and stole the crown. And it's an absolute beauty.
Was it color? Was it size that made it win?
It was all of those things. It was the tidy habit. It was the fact that it looked good all season long.
So they got a checklist of what...
They've got a checklist,
I
and
see.
also the fact that it did not get the disease problems that most roses do. People want low maintenance plants that bloom a whole lot. This fits the bill.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, look at the number of flowers that you're
Yeah.
going to be getting. Now, obviously this is going to be a perennial, right? This is coming back.
Every single year, this comes back.
This comes back.
Yes.
When do they start blooming again?
Well, these will start blooming generally at the first part of June. That's when they start blooming.
Okay.
In my own garden, if you've got knockout roses, there is a yellow one in that series, but I don't like the color of it. It's kind of washed out looking. This is the richest yellow. It's a butter yellow. It will still have this buttery yellow look.
You could cut it and
in
spread
August.
it on your bagel, couldn't you? That color. It's that beautiful
But places
yellow.
like Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, these areas that are really, really humid, where you have terrible rose disease problems, you won't have those problems with this Julia Child rose. If you're trying to find finally a yellow rose that's going to work, you're one and done with this, except you're two and done, because you get two in this collection.
By the way, we're down to 300 for the season. We started with 2,500, down to 300 for the season, and you said it, you get two. You're seeing them now, they're on their way. How big will they get? We're talking like 4 feet?
Yes,
4 feet?
these will
And
get
then-
4 to 4.5 feet tall.
How about this way?
And
Or
these will get about 3 feet wide.
Jeez.
But it's a nice tidy plant, because when I would see it, it wasn't just the blooms. I saw the dense foliage, because a lot of roses are spindly looking. This really was a shrub.
Do you cut
It
yours
was
back
dense.
at the end of the season?
Never cut roses back in the fall.
Never cut them.
Never cut them back in the fall. If you're going to shape them up or trim them up at all, you do it in early spring. Just when you see the little leaf buds start to swell, that's when you prune those.
That's when you prune those.
And that's also the same time you prune the butterfly bushes, just for tips out there.
Got it. That's a good tip, right? And here they come, and they are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And you know what? From an aesthetic point of view, I mean, it's a rose.
It's a rose.
It's
and my English gardening friend, Rosemary Very, who was my mentor for many years, she told me, if you don't have roses in your garden, you don't have a garden.
Woo! Ouch.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you don't have to pick the most difficult plant. You can pick the easy roses, and we've done the picking for you. And if you want the perfect yellow rose that is low maintenance, fragrant, and never stops blooming, Julia Child is the one for you, except you get two.
Only now 150 remaining.
And that'll be it.
150
Don't miss
remaining.
out.
I mean, I'm a married guy. You know what, anniversary, Valentine's Day, you know what a dozen roses cost? Like, this is a real nice way to get those roses. What a great gift idea. M48990. We got 30 minutes left. In this 2-hour show of Cottage Farms, we now pass 15,000 people who've now made their choice for Cottage.